back with another episode of the comment section. So, you're back on Instagram this time around, and everything that we go over ain't gonna necessarily always be controversial, because, the internet got enough of that. But basically, whatever randomly comes up on the timeline, we'll just talk about. So, I think anybody that's ever been a basketball player or, go and do some pickup games, man, we know exactly how this feels right here.
Shit, that's 19.
You said you got 19?
Hell yeah, 19.
You said 19? 19? Yeah. Hell no.
That is so
I ain't gonna count. I had to.
That is so relatable, and a lot of times you try to like keep your score like under wraps, like, but you can't. You only can do that so much before they think you're tacking on points that you didn't score. But let's see what the comments had to say about it. We played 50, but nobody played for real until you trying to break ice. This is why I don't say shit till I get game point. Boys, boys be jumping me at 12. It's when you get to 20, then you shoot up at the top of the key, make it. That's 21. Yeah. Yeah. That was like the hack was to miss on purpose at 19 and make a two at the end. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, you gotta call something too before you make it. Man, that tells you how long it's been since I played some pickup games or whatever. Them boys start playing county ball when you got game. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's pretty funny.
Alright, y'all. So since some of y'all not getting it, let me break it down for you. This right here is literally just a crab cake wrapped around a crab leg. So let me say it again, y'all. It's literally a crab cake wrapped around a crab leg. And then I deep fried it. So let's slow it down even more. I got my crab cake mixture.
This is one of those situations where you're like, oh, everybody's so creative. I don't know what happened to that lady, but she definitely can. She could absolutely use it for this one because I just like, is this like the most nonsensical thing you ever seen? And she's in Portsmouth. Oh my lord.
I had my crab leg stuffed on the inside. I then dipped it into a dry batter, a wet batter, another dry batter. Then I fried that bad boy into golden brown looking like this. And then voila, here you have it, folks, your very own fried crab leg. And you see, for me, food has never just been about making something that tastes good. I always like to create an experience. So for all y'all that's asking why, let me challenge you real quick and ask you why not. Cause this right here is literally a 2-for-1. Alright, y'all, so since
This is crazy. Just take the crab meat out of the crab and mix the crab cake mixture with the crab meat while I bite through, not fight through. Huh. Yeah, well, this is a major achievement in crab science, and there should be a Nobel Prize for food. I don't know. As somebody that can cook, I would just rather have a crab leg or a crab cake. My thought process when I see this is that something's gonna dry out, whether it's the meat inside the crab, pause, or you know, having to make sure it's done all the way through to the crab leg would be something for me. I don't know. I still would rather have some crab legs and then the crab cake. I wouldn't want to have it like that. Now would I try it? Absolutely, because I got an extremely big back, but I don't know about this. I wouldn't make it at home. This would be a recipe I would skip if that's what's going on here.
Alright, so crazy. are always on your phone. Can you
Man,
just get out your phone for 1 second?
you legit was just on your phone.
No, the girls had said something in a group chat, and I just replied and then I put it back. But like you're always in your
I'm
phone
not always on my phone. You was just in your phone.
for like 2 seconds. You're in it all day. We just want to spend some quality alone time with you without your device.
Really?
That's
But
it.
you came in here on your phone.
You know what, babe? If you don't love me, just say that. Okay? It's fine. Stay on your phone. I don't care.
And you know, whether this is satire or not, the fact that they are a bunch of brothers that is going through this is crazy. Cause I think we all have been through something similar, and I think some of the ladies are living hypocrisies. So it's like, you know, they'll do something and think it's okay, and they see you do something and it's like, you know, it has to be something nefarious with it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you ever had a situation where, you know, you get a little animated in a disagreement and you're being aggressive and they don't feel safe, but they get a little aggressive in a situation and then they're just being passionate and you don't want to hear the truth and you don't like what they're saying. That's why we think they're being aggressive. And it is absolutely the reason why some of the sisters are impossible to date. Let's see what the comment section had to say. Just wanted to pick an argument. Miss do what I say, not as I do. Attempt to reverse psychology as she walks away. Diabolical. I swear that's my wife. And I get paid doing content. So the fact that so many guys are going through this, and this is a major red flag, right? It's a major red flag for the relationship. She does this a lot, and you can imagine if you let the that narrative go on, she's always gonna have that avenue of being able to create whatever reality she thinks going on in your phone at that time. So I wouldn't laugh at it, and I would absolutely nip it in the bud. My wife does this. I drive all the time, short ride or a long ride. She's in the passenger seat on her phone. As we reach our location, I go to check my phone and reply to important messages because I was driving. She's like, "Really? We have family time. Can we have you and no phone?" Oh man, I I, I got too much of a backbone for that. It will be a disagreement every single time if I had to go through that situation. And there's a lot of things that are panned off as just women being women, and it's a lot of things that are just not cool. But I understand this satire, but there's some truth in jokes. You know, you done heard that saying before.
Tell me, as a straight man, you put soap and water and have a towel going up your ass and cleaning it properly. I think straight men that wash their ass properly is hiding something. I don't know what. I don't know how, but it's something.
Bitch, you got me fucked
Oh,
up,
let's let it play
bitch.
out.
I'm washing my ass thoroughly with soap, water, and a face towel, bitch. I'm fresh and clean, bitch. I don't want my bed smelling like shit. I take it you and the fucking niggas that smell like shit, huh?
Hmm.
Tell me, as a
Now, when we start looking at some of these things, who knows whether this is satire? I look at it like this. If you think like that, ma'am, by all means, think like that. We have to start doing this when these ladies come up. with these crazy assumptions, and I don't know if they sit around and just think that they're very deep thinking people. But if this is the conclusion, our women really, really have a disdain for us, and their need to always push the homosexuality narrative on us for every little thing. I mean, we even can see it in our own women. When, you ever seen, you're watching some with your old lady, and she quick to pin that he's in the closet thing on a black man. Quick. I talk about it all the time in my situations and stuff like that, and I said, man, we do not get any grace. I don't know what it is. They've done a great job in programming our women to dislike us. And you can see when it's stuff like this, because some things are not even satire or shouldn't be used as satire, but this is where we at with it. Oh, this is y'all be forgetting in school they separate us. You had the smart kids, the regular kids, and the slow kids. The problem with social media, they got all of us on here together, and we're not supposed to be. Somebody left the gate open, and she got out. She not supposed to be on this side over here with us. I think that's true. I think that what social media has allowed is a lot of people to have voices and like minds, same minds that think alike are gonna be in the comment section. Especially the girl. The girl code is by far the strongest thing we have in America. As we were seeing with the lady that smoked their babies and stuff. It's like, yo, y'all y'all got some issues, to say the least. I'm sure I've done way more drugs than her in my lifetime, but yet my brain is still isn't this dysfunctional. And that is absolutely true. It's like, yo, you can't quantify it, because if you quantify it, then you start to step into their level of delusion, and no, nobody got time for that. When did hygiene equate to homosexuality? Please tell me this. I mean, it's the same thing when it comes down to it's the same thing when it comes down to the whole sassiness and all that claim. It is absolutely diabolical what they will call sassy or whatnot, but you know how that go. That's why I say we can't give people like this too much airtime or put too much introspectiveness. I think that's the word. You heard me. Into something like this, because what are we gonna do? She's cooked. She's cooked. Whatever dude deals with her is crazy. One thing, if you see this and still want to deal with her, you're crazy. And the first sign of crazy, if you don't run when you like, this woman's gonna find everything wrong with you. She'll absolutely be like the reel we just seen, where the lady was talking about the guy's phone, even though she's one on the phone. She will absolutely do something like that also. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, let's see what the next one's talking about.
How are you feeling this week?
See, I don't eat the swine anymore, but man, when I did, man, it was three things, man. Smothered pork chops and gravy, baby back ribs, and pulled pork barbecue. It was like the creme de la creme to me. I know everybody loves bacon and all that. Bacon was cool. Like it was all right. I was more of a ham person, especially for like breakfast, like a Western omelet with the ham and the with the jalapenos and stuff like that. That shit, hey, it was fire. It was fire. So, for said, if I plant the gristle in the yard, a rib tree will grow. Gotta test the theory. You never know. That's not peeling, that's unraveling. Okay. Slow smoked brisket and a peach cobbler on the same menu is serious 1-2 punch. That's a full plate before you even get to the sides. Mm, mm, mm. The hands told me everything I needed to know. Yeah, you can tell he on my soul. You can tell, like the youngins say.
I bet y'all didn't know white people was doing this.
Take
I'm
it.
breaking your phone.
I dare you come near me, I'll beat the fuck out of you as big as you
I'm
are.
on call with Dad. So how about you shut
Go
up?
ahead. Good. You put your hands on
Get
me.
out of my room.
Mom's definitely gonna see it. She don't know. She don't know how bad
Get
this
out of
is.
my room.
This is a
Get
25-year-old
out
man.
of my room.
Look at this.
You posted on Facebook.
25.
Your phone's broken.
No, it ain't. I guarantee you don't touch it. Guarantee
You're
I
not
put it.
posted on
I am.
Facebook.
I am.
You have me in that video.
This is a 25-year-old man.
Get out of my room.
25.
And this that guy y'all losing on Battlefield and Call of Duty, and he probably sitting there playing Roblox, knowing somebody like this. Like, if you want to start talking about incels and stuff, this is who you talk about, because this looks crazy.
Look at the food. Look at the bottles.
Jericho,
20,
stop.
25, and he can't even pick up a trash bag.
Jericho.
Look at the food. That's
Stop.
why we have rats. I'm giving it to the land.
I know you lying to me. I know you lying to me. Yes, sir.
I mean, there was years of this happening before it got to this point. So some people you don't necessarily feel sorry for. They want to expose something after it done became Armageddon. It don't necessarily work like that. My room, I'm betting his name is not on the mortgage or rental agreement on that house. Time for a big boy to leave the nest. Absolutely. Things change when you gotta be self-sufficient and you don't got somebody subsidizing everything that you do. So, absolutely. His room, I initially thought that was a vid of a flooded garage full of sewage and garbage flood water hurricane flood water receded. I did too, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not arguing in the comments no more. I'ma just assume y'all living like this from now on. Facts. Like sometimes some of the things people defend is diabolical.
2 inches short, maybe less.
Story of my life.
You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face and he just sits in there and delivers it really well.
Wow. That's how I do it too. I got the chain around the back of my neck. Bruh. That's exactly how I do it.
Oh my.
I like to chain you up.
Oh my.
Diggs gets a much needed blow.
Blown away by Crabtree's hands and his ability to suck in these balls.
Oh, that's a big load.
It's been a while since he's seen a hole that big. On Dak Prescott, he starts to come and then he pulls out.
Feeling is the Cowboys probably coming right down their throats.
Good job getting rid of that football with that guy coming right in his face.
Oh my God.
Again, booty wide open. 2 inches short.
You know, some of the pause moments from sports be some of the bestest, goodest laughs you can ever get. Um, you young guys do know this has been a drinking game for decades, right? When the announcer says something that might be dirty, drink. Good luck. Some of you won't make it through the season. That is a little old school thing people used to do. Starts to come and then pulls out. Well, we know he wasn't talking about Philip Rivers. Oh my lord. He's Some of the stuff I don't even want to say out loud.
And for those who don't know, I did find Simba outside. So he is a street cat who I turned into a house cat. But he's still a baby. Okay, look. What's up? Hi. You think you're not gonna pet me? See, he's very sweet. He's so sweet.
I don't share the same love and affection for pets that other people do. But, I'm not mad at it at the end of the day. If you want to do that, by all means, just don't expect me to feel the same way about anybody pet. I can see if I had my own, I don't have any pets or nothing, never had, but I don't hold that same affection. If I ever had a cat, right? And anytime, I mean, we would have started this scratch right here. He would have been gone. You've been turned into some chicken teriyaki in a second. 10 minutes. You hear me? Lord. Let's see what the comments say. Simba been putting belt to ass, I see. Yeah. This is why they say dog is a man's best friend. I wouldn't kick all 9 lives out. I would have kicked all 9 lives out of that cat. I think that's what they were trying to say. Um, I like you because you make bad decisions. Girl, from one cat mom to another, you don't have to take the abuse. Exactly. Huh. I don't know.
Patrick did it for sure.
Patrick did
100%.
it. Oh.
That man did that shit.
So can you tell me why? I thought he was out of the house.
Yeah, but his time frame doesn't make sense. His shoes didn't match when he went into whatever triple V's or whatever. His shoes didn't match. When he came back to the house, it was he went outside to go check on Lindsay, but then went inside to check on the kids, but then they found him on the couch. I'm confused. Timeline doesn't match
So
up.
you're pro Lindsay Clancy.
I'm pro Lindsay Clancy,
Wow.
always. The timeline doesn't match up. So tell me more about why his shoes didn't match up when he went from CVS to whatever V's.
Yeah, so you're not like she did it or didn't do it. It's that Patrick did it.
It's that Patrick did it.
We're seeing what the jury says, right? that's our justice.
But juries can be wrong. Juries can be wrong. Juries can be wrong.
You see how they're setting up the alibi for when the obvious, verdict's gonna come down. Oh, the jury, so for sure he done it. Everything doesn't add up. They're gonna come with a defense and they're gonna come with all the evidence, come to the conclusion that, all right, she did smoke her kids, and you already set up an alibi for him to ultimately be wrong. These things are not going to look good in the next 5 years when these young boys are hearing this stuff. These young men are hearing these things. And they're going to look at the modern woman and say, man, is the juice worth the squeeze with these ladies? Or if it will become a barometer of, if you share that same thought process as this lady, you're gonna get you're gonna get tagged as undateable. I mean, she's already, you see what type of dude she got now, and I mean, no hate on the brother, but you can tell that he's gonna have to wait till Black Friday sale to get a backbone. You know what I mean? But I would rather trust my baby being alone with a bag of marbles instead of with Lindsay Lansing. She admitted that she did it. Cameras show he was out running errands. So did his phone. Sheesh. I mean, let's see the replies. The defense is not disputing that she killed her own kids. He said, she said, blah blah blah. I don't. Some things you worry about. Sometimes you worry about social engineering and stuff like that. And this is one of those cases where it's almost like they're trying to see how much can they turn the knob on, you know, on society. And it's like, man, will they even, buy this shit? Oh shit, they bought it, and that's what I'm thinking, because I don't see 20 years ago people hearing this story and they're backing up the lady. This is a part of the mental health era that we're living in, and we're thinking that things are so much differently than there was 100 years ago with how we thinking and stuff like that. People was managing life with no air condition, no running water. They had outhouses. They had this. They had that. They had all these problems, and they was more mentally stable than we are now with technology that's out of this world. So we have to start reflecting on society and saying that we have overly simplified this thing, especially for the ladies, and um, we got to come back to a moniker of reality when we start talking about these things.
Also put a wrong narrative out there just because of popularity of the case.
Patrick did it for sure.
Okay, but all I want is for my husband to acknowledge my feelings. But what does that actually look like? Because he can acknowledge your feelings without agreeing with your interpretation of the situation. He can acknowledge your feelings without changing his answer. He can acknowledge your feelings while still being hurt himself. He can acknowledge.
Oof. All of those things don't pan out well for us, man. We know that. It was like, how many times you done said, "Hey, man, I understand what you're saying. All right, now this is how I feel." I mean, they'll go and tell you, "Oh, how you feel is wrong, and how blah 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 blah." Let me let her finish before I say something.
Your feelings without changing the plan or the vision. He can acknowledge your feelings and not even have to say sorry or that he's wrong if he's not. See, for so long, I was like, babe, why won't you just validate how I feel? But I had to realize that what I was calling acknowledgement was actually requiring agreement. And if someone has to agree with how you feel in order for you to feel validated, that's no longer you just asking for acknowledgement. That's requiring and demanding that they change in order for you to feel heard. So then the question is no longer, are you just trying to feel heard, but are you demanding that you be obeyed? Okay, but all I want is for.
Um, Man, I think it's a little bit of both. It's just the female manipulation tactics, and I think as we get older as men, we're perfectly fine with a stalemate. I would roundhouse kick a baby before I concede, and I'm not wrong at this age in my life. So, I mean, this is another thing of the therapy era where their feelings are facts. And if you start to conflate your feelings as facts, and you're dead in the water. You're dead in the water, and you will come out as irrational and not sane. And that's what a lot of the ladies do. They want to acknowledge that what happened made them feel a certain way, and that's totally true. But at the same time, that feeling that comes up ain't the antithesis of what's going on. You know what I mean? So, like she said, she can be wrong. The guy acknowledges that, hey, I don't like what you did. Her feelings are, oh, he's angry, he's disrespectful, he don't want to understand my feelings. All right, those feelings has came up, but are they factual? No, not with what's going on actually. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but One thing you learn in therapy, anger management, stuff like that, is that your feelings aren't facts. So when somebody says something to you, especially how much women can kind of twist your words. I don't know how many times, and most guys can understand how we have to say, "Well, I didn't say that. I didn't mean it like that. You're twisting my words to be more negative than what I said." All of this plays into this reel right here is that they will manipulate to absolve themselves of anything. And they feel like their feelings have to be validated, hook or crook. And I mean, it's going to drive most men crazy until we, get to a point in the relationship where we're like, you can be as mad as you want to, but you was wrong here. And she brings up a good point, and it's good introspection on herself to try to change these things because all that's going to do is lead into a bunch of many arguments that she will go through time and time again. Women know exactly what they're doing. They don't just want agreement, but rather submission and compliance. But since they want to have plausible deniability, they term it as acknowledgement. Absolutely. My wife thinks her feelings are objective facts. To disagree with her is to deny reality. And that's what I was just saying is your feelings are not facts. It's just not. How many times you get that feeling and then when you figure out what's going on, you're like, damn, I was about to fucking go the fuck off and it's not even what I thought was going on, you know? It's the your wife cutting tomatoes paradox where, oh, hey, oh, you're cutting tomatoes. Oh, what, you don't want tomatoes? I didn't say I didn't want tomatoes. I just realized you was cutting tomatoes. I mean, you said it for a reason. Why did you say it? I was just noticed that you're cutting tomatoes and I said it out loud. It's one of those situations where they feel like they know us better than what they do. And a lot of that is our fault because we don't correct them. We don't say, "Oh, I know what you're thinking. I know what you want. I know you this." I got to the point where no, I say no. You don't. No, you're completely off. I don't want that, and that's not how I think. And if you don't tell them that, then obviously, depending on the chick, she might have a little pushback or get a little upset, but that's just going to be a part of the game until she really gets to know you. And women do a terrible job of getting to know their man because they already think they know him. And we all have been there. That's why one of the greatest things that then came about this red pill movement is that we can finally tell the ladies how we think, and they can stop telling us how we think. And I mean, even then, they won't acknowledge it. I know in the black community, I don't know how many times we done told the ladies that we do not like all the lashes and the weird hairstyles and the front back lace back wigs and all that crap, and they still wear it, and then they referenced a heart on an Instagram model, and it's like, man, y'all don't get us. Because if you did, you would understand the Instagram model versus the wifey material woman, the look, the the mentality, all those things. But they don't want to. It's better for them to live in the delusion, or there's always an out when you can pin it on something, you know, nefarious about a guy. And most guys that got something going on for themselves where when you meet a woman that's kind of not grounded like she's supposed to, she will self-sabotage a relationship like there's no tomorrow.